I'll take the physical size first, but they sort of go together. When Washington entered a room, he was a commanding presence. He was 6'3½". That's what they measured his body after he died for his coffin. And he was 6'3½" and 202 pounds. The average American or Briton male at that time was 5'7" to 5'8". So he's a head taller than everybody else. John Adams said that we always picked Washington to lead us whenever we gathered, just because he was always the tallest man in the room. He also...
It's not so different than today.
No, but there are certain tall people that are clumsy and oafish, and if you did a purely physical description of Washington, he had enormous hands and big hips, and he could sound off almost like an oaf, you know. But in motion, he was like a dancer. He was a great dancer. He was a great horseman. He was a natural athlete. He was sort of like John Wayne circa 1939 in Stagecoach, you know. And he's a kind of an action hero almost. And so he commands the space around him in a way that is extraordinarily powerful. And in fact, there's one scene at the Constitutional Convention. It could be apocryphal, though you'll see it in a lot of the history books, where Alexander Hamilton says to another delegate, Gouverneur Morris, to go up to Washington, put your hand on his shoulder and say, "How you doing, George?" Because nobody does that. And so Morris goes up to him and does that, and Washington just takes his hand off of his shoulders and looks at him, doesn't say anything, and it's like frozen, you know. But the gift of silence, and Adams talks about Washington's gift of silence, which he so much appreciated because he was incapable of it himself. At some point, Washington understood that his own stature and his own significance was such that if he kept silent, people would read into him, almost like a Rorschach test, what they themselves wanted. And so when he's chairing the Constitutional Convention throughout the summer of 1787, he never says anything, except at the very end. He enters the debate at the very end, just to get on the record. He knows, he has an elemental sense of human nature, and he's accustomed to commanding space and to being the person who will have the final say. So therefore, he doesn't need to enter the debate. The debate goes on around him, his aides, his cabinet, and then after it's over, he decides. It's a style of leadership that only a certain kind of people are capable of, but he was a true master of that.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.